All right. So here is another primary resource source you could use, and it is under our resources from the classroom. So these are things we didn't purchase or that we get through the state. These are ones that your teachers have highlighted. And I want to pull up this Gilder Lehrman Institute of American History as another collection of fantastic primary resources you can use. So the way you're going to navigate this guy is you'll go into this History Resources tab. And from there, you can browse by periods or even by topics. But we can go in here and you'll see then you've got these range of dates. So here's the Civil War and Reconstruction. I don't like this because it should be timeline done, so you got to jump around to find it. So you'll have our Progressive Era here, the rise of industrial America. So it's a little disconcerting at first that it's not numerically ordered, but that's okay. So we'll look at the rise of the industrial era. And then from here, so that's the time period, and then you can look at different topics within that. So again, we could go down to women's history, just for an example. And this is where I'm going to suggest, because here right now they're telling you there's 212 history resources in there. And that's because this one provides curriculum plans, essays, lesson plans, and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to suggest for you, this will save you a lot of trouble of sorting through things, is if you limit to the resource type Spotlight on primary source and then apply those limits, it will help you immensely on finding more narrow stuff. So here's one called The Struggle for Married Women's Rights circa 1880s. So this will take you to Anne Brown Adams, to Alexander Ross. So this is most likely maybe a letter. So there's an excerpt from this. So that is how you're going to find those resources. You can actually see, I'm going to try clicking on this. I believe it will take you to the actual documents. You could see her handwritten letter, which is kind of cool to be able to look at the actual document. So really, by limiting to just the Spotlight on a primary source, it's going to pull up just the primary resources and not other things. Couple ways then from here, you could go ahead and you could share this resource via email. So you could email it to yourself. The other option I really liked was this printer-friendly version is available here. So you could click on that, and then you've got this lovely little baby here. With citation information, the actual document, you can see it in the flesh, which is a lovely thing. And you could go ahead then and you could download that guy and save it to your folder that I know you all have. Where's my OneDrive? Here we go, a push. And you could drop it right in your DBQ folder. And maybe we'll call this one Women's Rights. I should have, here we go, Anne Brown Adams to Alexander Ross, and we could say it's from the Gilder Lehrman source. So that when you look in your DBQ project, you'll see that little document is there waiting for you then. And you'll have in there the link so that you know where you got it from. Okay, so that would be my recommendation for the Gilder Lehrman resource, which is found here under resources from the classroom. The real trick is to go ahead and limit to that resource type of Spotlight on primary resource. Will make it much easier. All right, so that's the Gilder Lehrman resource.